Hello again, everyone. This is going to be about one of the best games I have played and beaten that I just found blatantly amazing. It's the new Legend of Zelda game, the Skyward Sword. Um, in my opinion, to that game, it's better than any of the Legend of Zelda I've played before. I've played from beginning till now. There's a couple I missed. Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. I just missed those two. I've never played them before. I've played all the other ones, and I got in Skyward Sword for Christmas, and I played it and beat it. Upset though that they took out Ganon as your final boss. Um, but even still, it was definitely an original character. Um, his name is Demise, and throughout the game, you don't actually think that you're fighting who you really are until you get to the end of the game. You're like, oh, that's really it. Um, but throughout that game, you get different items, and this game, you can actually upgrade your weapons. Well, not really weapons, but your items, like how many you can hold. You can get medals and stuff like that, but you can only hold so many unless you buy stuff. Beetle, if you played any of the other Zelda games, Beetle is still in it. The shopkeeper, he's up in the place you start called Skyloft. He doesn't get there until after you get your slingshot. But I recommend before you see him, you get a large amount of rupees because everything he has is uberly expensive. Um, Playing through it at the beginning, you kind of try and guess who is what and everything. They kept it different with this one because everyone already knows Zelda. They're like best friends with her. They all go to school together, but they're not all royalty. It's just Zelda who's royalty, and she's Link's best friend, and even Link goes through bully troubles in this game. So, but eventually the bully ends up helping you out later on. Um, the bully's name is Groose, so eventually you get the Groosinator, which is a catapult for when you're fighting what was it called? The Imprisoned, that you have to seal 3 times. Each time you seal it, it becomes cooler and cooler. Um, Easy guy to beat. He almost beat me once, but I'm too awesome and never lost. The bosses to that game are definitely original, and they really like to throw you off. Um, the weapon of Demise, the final boss, is Grimhold, which you see from beginning all the way to the end because he is the new. He's basically the delivery boy for Demise. So, because Demise is the imprisoned because the goddess sent him to the sealed grounds and sealed him away. But in order for her to keep him sealed away, she had to become a mortal who would have to sleep for years on end. I don't remember if it gave a number or not, um, but you end up finding out Zelda is the mortal goddess, as you could say. But Link doesn't actually have the Triforce in this one, like in all the other ones. He has it on the back of his hand. No, in this one, you have to find the 3 pieces of the Triforce, so he ends up owning all 3. That kind of threw me off, because I remember back in Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time, where he had courage, Zelda had wisdom, and Ganon had power. But they make it so much more different. Along with the Master Sword, it's basically the sword you have the entire way through, except right at the beginning when you're trying to save your flying bird. They took out Epona for in this to replace it with a bird can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I'm not looking at it right now. But they definitely include a lot of new and original things. I will warn you, if you play this game, or if you reach a point when you're watching this video, but you've already played through it and you can't get through activate a cutscene, if you go to anywhere else, either Farore's province or Elden province, if you go to one of those, or Lionero province, if you go to Lionero province either first or second, you will not activate the cutscene in part 1 or in Elden or in Farore's province, because it doesn't work. Nintendo did put up something for it. They made a Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword save update channel. So if you're watching this before this happens, don't go Lionero first or second. But if you have, then you just go to the Wii shop channel. Get the channel. It's free. Let it load. Get on there. Just as long as you have the data on your data for the game on your Wii, you're okay, and just send it out, and it will fix it all for you. And they can activate the cutscene to either the Farore or Elden province. What I disliked about the game was how your shield can actually break. They don't give you the Highland shield until you fight, or until you do the Lightning Dragons challenge. You have to beat the 9th level or something like that in order to get it. But all your other shields, they'll break if you don't push forward when an enemy attack hits. They did make some of the enemies look, pardon my French, but pretty badass. Like, these new enemies, they were back in Twilight Princess. They had axes on their tails, but this time they have like a mace piece on the end of their tail, so it's just big concrete with spikes on the end. But they're still as nimble and everything else. But when you see them in the second temple, when they're walking towards you, they're cracking their knuckles and everything else. That was my favorite part of the entire game. I told everyone about it, and they all agreed. I think there's not much else to dislike, except sometimes when you're trying to do a heavenly strike, which is where you hold the Wiimote straight up, and your sword will start to glow, and you just swing, and you'll create a whirlwind effect. But when you do that, sometimes the Wiimote won't sense that you're straight up, because it requires the Wii Motion Plus. It won't register that the Wiimote's straight up, so you won't be able to activate. So you're going to be trying to avoid everything and not die while just trying to do a simple move. Some of the levels on it were interestingly difficult, but you end up feeling like an idiot halfway through. And then there's some pretty epic battles with that is my cat. There are epic battles between Impa and Grimhold, which Impa has changed a lot. I believe the last time you ever see Impa, if I'm right, I'm running off of memory on this one, is Ocarina of Time. But she's changed a lot. You don't just see her once and that's it. You see her all the way through the game. Finding the 3 flames, which you need to make the sword true to its power, that was kind of troubling. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, because I've already spent 10 minutes talking about the game, and if I give any more away, then the people are going to start hating me, and you're going to feel like I'm just rambling on about the game. But I just found that game to be one of the best I've ever played. I'm curious to see what Nintendo will do with another Legend of Zelda game. I'm hoping that they make one for the Wii U, which comes out either this year or next year. 2012 or 2013, depending on when you watch this. If you watch this 3 years later, then you've already missed it. You already know what's out. But no, I'm really curious to see what Nintendo will do, and I really want to know what they're gonna come out with next. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's gonna be the end of this video because I feel like I'm rambling on. You guys are gonna start hating me for this. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. This is only the third one I've done in the last 45 minutes. I've kind of made the other two real quick because I haven't beaten them and I'm not as much of a fan of those two games as I am of Zelda. So, on that note, I'm going to leave you all, and you guys will tell me what I should do next for another video. If I get more of the same videos that people want, then I'll talk about that. Or not videos, but well, movies and video games and stuff like that. But give me ideas. I really want to know what you guys are interested in and what you guys want to talk about. So I'll tell you my opinion to all my subscribers and possibly even future subscribers. Depends on what you people are going to do. So on that note, before I keep rambling on again, I'm going to just let you do whatever. So see you all.